Hi YouTube, hope you guys are doing great. If you hear snoring or wheezing in the background of the video, you have to pardon me because we got the English bulldogs in here snoozing. But anyway, so it's Halloween season, and as you know, we run a group, MPRA, MichiganPRA.com, paranormal group. I've been researching the paranormal for like 11 years, experiencing it since I was about 2 years old, like weird psychic phenomena and stuff like that. So anyways, with our group, we really pride ourselves on actually being like one of the few groups that like actually help. Excuse me, I had caffeine and I'm like. Anyways, we're one of the few groups that actually offer solutions. We really pride ourselves on that. A lot of groups will be like, yeah, we'll do an investigation, and then they're like, yeah, you have a ghost, and they leave. When a lot of people actually want a solution to their haunting, they ask us for help. My kid's being bothered at night, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Even people that have ghosts that are friendly and stuff like that should seriously consider doing a house cleansing or smudging ceremony. They're extremely healthy and beneficial to any individual, really. We are energy. They've proven this. I've believed in that for a very long time. And when you have an event that's traumatic, like a family illness, fighting, negative energy, just stuff like that, like alcohol abuse, sexual abuse, stuff like that, that energy sometimes imprints a place. Say like Gettysburg, for example. So many people died and kind of imprints the land. I mean, you can go into residual energy and discuss that too. But anyway, so for the most part, our homes hold like a memory of us, and sometimes we accumulate what I call like negative energy, and it kind of blocks the flow of everything. You can think of that in terms of like feng shui or however else you want to look at that. But anyway, so it's really healthy to do a house cleansing. Basically, it clears out all negative energy and brings in positive, helpful, healing, and good like developmental positive energy. And basically, I recommend for anyone, you can do it as like a regular seasonal cleaning for your house. Say you're doing spring cleaning or whatever, you smudge it. And, it's really good for the place. You'll notice it affects animals. Everyone's a lot more positive. It makes the room a lot lighter and airy, or the whole house for that matter, rather than dark and heavy and stuff. It helps with depression, anxiety, all that other stuff. It helps you clear your consciousness, and so you can actually do homework, things like that. So I think it's really beneficial. Everybody should do it, I think. It doesn't really have to break down into a religion whatsoever. I've studied numerous ways of doing exorcisms, yes, demonic stuff, cleansing and spiritual things like that, and I've kind of come to accumulate what works best for me. And I'm sure there's numerous ways of doing it. People have been dealing with spiritual and demonic stuff since the beginning of mankind, so it's no wonder. But anyways, so what I like to do is incorporate Native American stuff, Christian Catholic stuff, and basically just I think when you do a house cleansing in a spiritual like refreshment or whatever you want to call it, it's really about your mindset and your attitude and what you're here to do. And when we do that, when we offer that, I really like to get the family involved and have them like reclaim their home and have the spirits pass on. I also remind the spirits, I'm speaking to them, that they probably have friends and loved ones that are waiting for them on the other side, and it's best for them to cross over. Some spirits stay because they don't know they're dead. They don't know how to cross over, or they're afraid to cross over because of judgment or thinking, some religious dogma type things. God's going to be this villain being like, well, you did this, so you're going to hell. Which I really don't think it's like that. I think it's much bigger than we can even understand. And to say that we understand God and everything 100% is just arrogant. But anyway, so what to do for a ceremony thing. And I've spoken with several different natives and stuff like that, and like what's the best technique and stuff like that. And it's kind of actual generic, not generic, but basic across many different tribes. There's numerous different ceremonies and things like that. But anyways, what I like to do is get a ceremonial feather. I actually make these, and some of them actually with like in like native culture, different feathers and stuff like that. I mean, different things, or you are given them as like an honor type thing. But anyways, I make these. I'm actually selling at The Willow's Notch, like a notch in a tree, thewillowsnotch.com if you guys ever want to buy them. Or you can make your own. Go to Michael's, do something like that, get creative, whatever. The more personal, the more it means to you, I think the more effective it is. It's all about faith and believing. So anyway, so you get a ceremonial feather and whatnot, and it's just to waft smoke, and they're kind of cool to have. You can hang them like on bookshelves and stuff like I do. But anyways, so you get that. I like to use an abalone shell. Some people will just use a smudge stick as it is and like light it, but you have to relight it so many times. And this is white sage. A smudge stick is just essentially white sage dried, and I love the smell of white sage, and it's believed that white sage's smoke is so thick and intense or whatever, it drives out negative spirits that they don't like the smell. I love it. So anyways, this is an abalone shell, really pretty. I've used it a lot. It's like starting to burn through on the other side, so you might have to use a hot mitten. And it's funny, during demonic cases, when we've done spiritual cleansing and stuff like this has gotten super hot. It actually melt the hot mitten, I should say. Weird stuff like that. But anyway, so what you do is, I like to take this, I like to break it up, you know, and put it in there, or you could just buy unbound white sage and just crackle it up in there. Then I take a charcoal disc, and it's like little things like that. Use them in hookahs and stuff like that, and I like to set it on a stove range top, turn it on, and then I have like a little pair of tongs that I take, and you set it on to the thing. Once it starts sparking and starts, like, it looks orange all around, you place it on there, blow it, get it smoking and smoldering and stuff like that, and you go about with this and you waft it. What I have to emphasize the most is that you have to smudge and cleanse every single room. Otherwise, it might not work. You have to do the basement. You have to do the attic. If there's a crawl space, the porch. I like to do garages too, just because you need to clear out everything. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes ghost groups and other people like that have had unsuccessful cleansings because they didn't do it properly or they didn't do it thoroughly enough. Usually with human spirits, it's fine. You can clear out stuff like that easily. With demonic cases, sometimes it takes more, and we do different things that we found out to be quite successful. And sometimes priests themselves haven't been actually successful. And even though I technically have the title of a reverend, I don't really go as that, because anyone can go online and become a reverend. But I do use different techniques that I found have been very successful. And I think counseling the family is so critical. That's the biggest part of it. Because if you don't change the person, the demonic are going to be, you know, attracted to that, and they're going to come right back. So you really have to deal with that. But anyways, I can make a whole other movie about that. We're coming up to 8 minutes or 7 minutes. So anyways, so you burn that each room. Go around and say whatever you want to say, because it doesn't break down into whatever religion. Just in the name of God, Great Spirit, Allah, whatever. Just basically be like, you know, as you're wafting around in each room, open up the doors and windows to make sure that the spirits can leave, also to get air flowing and stuff like that. It's kind of always refreshing to get good fresh air. And be like, you know, there are no negative entities allowed to remain here, only positive white light in this house. And I like to say, you know, in the name of the Lord Father Jehovah and Lord Jesus Christ, I cast out any dark negative energies, you know, cross over, blah, 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 go into the light, things like that. Some spirits, if you just tell them how to go, I've heard that telling a spirit to go to someone's funeral and asking that person's whose funeral it is, if they can go into the light with them, that's also worked if you're not going to do a full cleansing or whatever. Then I use sea salt. Sea salt, it even talks about this, not that I've read it, but I heard about someone that has. It even talks about it in like the Black Bible or whatever, Satanic Bible, that to control demons and spirits and stuff like that, salt works wonders. So, not that I condone satanic worship whatsoever. We actually do the opposite of that. I like to think we do God's work for him, casting out bad things. But anyways, salt. Love it. Get lots of it. I take it and I sprinkle it in every corner of the room. And then I do like lines by the doors. You can do it outside too. Be careful you don't like kill plants. You don't have to use much, like literally just like a pinch of salt, if that. And, you know, say a prayer while you're doing it. We're getting up to 8 minutes, 30 seconds. With olive oil, okay, I anoint olive oil. This is in many different traditions and cultures and religions. Basically, I anoint windowsills and doors in the sign of the cross, and I say a prayer too with that. But anyways, and then holy water is awesome for like demonic cases. You don't need it for a smudging spiritual ceremony. I'm probably forgetting something, but I'm running out of time. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.